that first moonwalk is what enticed me to really pursue, a career in space or aerospace or airplanes or anything having to do with aerospace or space. And here it is, almost 40 years later, and we're going back to the moon. And then we'll be going to Mars. This is just unbelievable. I never thought that I would see this again in my lifetime. So for everyone in that room, from what I understand, you're all 11th, 12th graders, your future is very bright if it is that you actually want to pursue a career in space, aerospace, anything along those lines. So you're in the right time and in the right place in history. And I'm here to tell you, it really doesn't matter where you're from, how you grew up, how much money you have, your dreams is what's going to get you to where you need to get to. I've been told that just about everyone in that room will understand when I talk about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And I know that you already know that to be a part of the space program or aerospace, you have to have a very strong foundation in the STEM background. So this is my encouragement to you to stick with it. It's going to be difficult, but stick with it. It's going to be well worth it in the end. But also know that not everybody's going to end up being an astronaut, but there is a place in the space and aerospace industry for everyone. You're talking about scientists has to put plans together to try to figure out how we're going to make it to the moon and to Mars, and mathematics is what's actually got to get us there. The numbers is what's going to get us there. So that's why math is so important. And of course, you can't forget the pilots. Oh my gosh. I know that there are a lot of you in that room who are dreaming and thinking about being pilots. Go for it. Boys and girls, everything is open to you. And of course, medical professionals, if you want to be a nurse, a doctor, a neurosurgeon, all of those professions are included in the travel to the moon and to Mars. I wanted to just say something else today. If you're tracking the whole space arena, and at this point you should be, because it's open to everyone. The Japanese, just landed a rover and on Mars, and we have had, as far as the United States has had rovers on Mars, sending back a lot of information about the red planet. And unfortunately, the past couple of weeks, that rover has given us information that there's been really, really bad storms there. And we're going back into technology now. We were using solar panels that was mounted on the rover to send us information. So seeing that there's been a sandstorm, the radar panels are now covered up with sand, and the rover technically isn't talking to us anymore. So this is all technology that you will learn about and probably have a part in trying to figure out somewhere down the road how we can have power to power all of these unmanned systems as we continue to go further and further into deep space. So another thing that I wanted to talk about was virtual reality. I'm sure that you've read a lot about the virtual reality. If you haven't, take a note of it and write it down and go do some research on it. And 3D printing. When you go into deep space, even now, people are actually using these fancy printers to print parts to fix airplanes and cars.